What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're going to be checking out this speed yellow 2026 BMW M5 Sedan. This one is $138,000. Do you think this is not only the best M5 they've ever made, but is this just the ultimate supercar sedan? Basically this is a family friendly car with insane performance. So this has some nice options. You're going to see executive package, so those iconic kidneys that'll glow up front. We also have the carbon package and the driving assistance. So up way underneath the dash, pull that twice and we can reveal the powertrain. We do have our plug-in hybrid charging port right over here. And then from here, let's lift open the hood. So this car is equipped with a 4.4 liter twin turbocharged V8 engine with a plug-in hybrid. So the engine makes 577 horsepower with 553 pound-feet of torque, but overall net power is 717 horsepower and 738 pound-feet of torque. So this has a ton of power under the hood. We got an 8-speed automatic, the X-Drive all-wheel drive with a rear-wheel drive mode. 0 to 60 is 3.2 seconds. It'll top out at 190, and we even have curb weight way up at 5,400 pounds. So it is a heavy vehicle for sure. You can do 25 miles of electric driving, has 15.9 gallons of fuel, and then overall MPG is 12 in the city and 17 out on the highway. But for the styling, the speed yellow looks fantastic. We got carbon roof, mirrors, and spoiler, gloss black everything else. I love the style of the newest M5. These headlights are really aggressive. I like the black housing. The LED rim here looks super cool, all lit up. There's active shutters, you have the M5 badge, camera, sensor, and then more parking sensors throughout it. Down below we have this huge opening with all sorts of radiators. I like this gloss black trim throughout it. This thing just looks so aggressive. Again, I think it's the best looking M5 they've made. Previous ones just kind of looked generic. So it looks super cool. Got some sharp lines up on the hood, and then for the front fender, you can see how they are nice and wide. Got a cool set of 20-inch wheels, black brakes behind it, gloss black design with a multi-spoke look. An LED light right here will illuminate down below. Then we have pretty sharp lines for the underside of the doors. You're gonna see those carbon mirror caps, turn signal and camera, all gloss black trim throughout it, flush mounted side handles, and then I like how the carbon roof even has this cool trim piece, like this design throughout the center, giving it just a really sharp style. For the overall side profile, you know, it's a bigger car than an M3, so it has a really good stance to it, nice proportions, and it truly is a practical car. Got our fuel door back here, and I like how these sharp lines just kind of cut to the back. It's a very modern styled vehicle, which again, I think looks really cool. You're gonna get all your parking sensors, gloss black diffuser with your dual quad tips, sleek integrated LED taillights, all your badging, and nice carbon spoiler. Also neat to see how the rear end has this yellow piece right in the center, just giving it a pretty unique style overall. So again, I can't complain. You can also get this in a wagon, so a full station wagon style, which is great for even extra practicality. From here, we have our one button, and we can lift open the trunk. You have over 17 cubic feet of cargo volume. It's actually a pretty long trunk and a deep floor. Sides are a little narrow, but overall this is really roomy. You have your manual latches where we can pop the seats down, but really can't complain. You got a lot of space. Power trunk lid, and then moving to the interior, we can take a look. So this car has a full black leather interior. My seat's a little in the way, but you can get these to fold at an angle. They won't fold perfectly flat, but pretty close enough. So again, black leather covering everything. I also like how we have the sunshades back here, which is great for rear passengers. All black leather across the door panel, a little bit of stitching, and then this nice silver trim. And then for the seats, finished in the smooth black leather with perforated leather. We also have the M colors on the seat belts. And then in the center, we have an armrest with 2 cup holders. You're gonna get your climate vents. This will turn on with a panel for all of your climate adjustments. There's extra plugs back here, so not too bad. And then sitting here at 5'11" with the driver's seat at my height, I sit really comfortably. I got plenty of knee room and foot room. Headroom is pretty good. Full Alcantara headliner since we have a carbon roof. And overall, this is genuinely practical. You can fit a rear-facing car seat, and the seat is still useful. So again, this is a family-friendly performance car. There's even air vents over on the side. So again, you just have all the amenities you're gonna need for anyone from infants to adults. So moving on to the front seats now. Similar door panel with all the black leather, and then I like the ambient light strip throughout the interior you're gonna see, and depending on the drive mode you'll see, hopefully you can see that red color going through it. So you got the M colors, and then you have more controls, your window controls, and then I like how this actually kind of mimics the grille with the black and the thin illuminated style. Got all your power controls as well, smooth black leather, perforated leather all throughout it, single piece backs, and then a flat bottom leather wrap steering wheel with the nice 3-spoke design. Now inside, foot on the brake, let's fire it up. So depending on the drive mode, it may not necessarily turn the engine on, but if we click the M hybrid, and there the engine has now turned on. So pretty cool to have this type of technology in a performance sedan. So for the steering wheel, we're gonna get the leather on the airbag cover, cruise control settings, a couple audio information, nice carbon fiber paddle shifters, and then your M1 and M2 are gonna configure different drive modes, how you'd like it to be set up. For the gauge cluster, familiar with all the modern BMWs, we can go through a lot of information in the center. We can have navigation, a few more things popping up. Head-up display you can also adjust. And then if I hit the M mode, go into Sport, you're gonna get a different design for that center as well. So nice bit of configuration. We got the carbon fiber trim. You can adjust your air vent, which is sitting right here. Fuel cap, a couple other icons. You can adjust the air vent too. All black leather for the dashboard. And then once again, you got the M colors for the lighting. So really cool looking, covered in leather, carbon fiber, and lighting. And then this screen, again, very familiar to all the modern BMWs. Honestly, once you kind of use this a little bit, it's actually really easy and nice to use. Really don't have any crazy complaints with it. I think it's a really cool screen. Even though climate, you have to go here to make all the full adjustments. You have your temperature right here, heated seats and steering wheel. You can adjust the vent right here. So honestly, great system. In reverse, you have a nice backup camera, top-down view. I like how you even have the yellow car, which makes a lot of sense. And then our P button is down here. There's gonna be Apple CarPlay, all that good stuff. We have a rotary dial, we can adjust things here. So it makes it super simple just to go through everything without having to use touchscreen. Got your volume roller over here. In the M hybrid where we were earlier, you can go into basically your electric drive, the normal modes, hybrid, and things like that. You're gonna get more carbon fiber. Wireless phone charging pad can be down here. We have an illuminated cup holder with plugs, start button and shifter, a couple other designs. We can tap the setup icon and go through all the different drive modes. So you can really customize how every single aspect of this car will drive and set up your M1 and M2. You can press that button and we have storage down below. More of this black leather with some stitching, all leather along here. You have your glove box, press that button, nice amount of space. And then one last look at the interior. It's a really good looking interior with nice materials, dome lights up above, frameless mirror. I mean, it's modern, but decently simple and super nice. All right, so setting off now in electric, full throttle. What's cool is it actually shifts gears, so it still uses the transmission, but gives you only electric power. It's not exactly fast in electric mode, but it is cool, especially with the electric range. You know, you can zip around, go and do short trips and back, maybe just leaving your neighborhood if you don't want to wake anybody with this semi-loud stock car. So it's cool to have this type of technology just to kind of give you so much more power, but also give you that electric driving ability. And it's still quick enough to where you can genuinely drive. So if we go into hybrid, that's kind of going to do a blend of everything. Dynamic is going to put it in more of a sport mode with the engine on now. And with the engine on, obviously you can start to hear it a little bit. I can go into the M2, which will crank things up a notch. But you can do a lot with these drive modes. It's pretty unique. Of course, changing the gauge cluster. So everything, let's just go to kind of everything in the middle. Sport Plus, this car can get rather aggressive, but in kind of the sport modes, it feels a lot more lively. You feel a little bit more of the engine sounds. The brakes are pretty aggressive. I mean, this thing has a lot of performance to it. It is super responsive as well. overall driving, it's pretty comfortable. You can still tell it's an M car, so it's a little stiff, but still perfectly, you know, relaxing for a daily driver. You have a great view all around, really no blind spots. It's just an easy car to drive. The seats are super comfortable. I mean, you can tell this is a six-figure car, and it is very nice. Even just quarter throttling, it has so much power. The instant torque from the EV system helps you out a lot. I mean, it is really, really cool. Now, if we go to Dynamic Plus, I will say this can be a little aggressive. There are a lot of drive modes, so even for me, I'm still getting used to every single drive mode, but there's a lot of ways to set up the car. If you're gonna buy one, definitely take an hour and just fine tune every little detail so you know how it is. But if you're just getting up like this, as you can tell, it's kind of bucking. It's like so sensitive on the throttle where it's hard to drive in this mode. So you really kind of have to learn this car with all the drive modes, which is a little complicated, a little overwhelming, but once you get used to it, there is just so many capabilities this car has to offer. Gosh, that was like half throttle to 45. This thing is a rocket. I can't imagine redline just blasting through this car. This is such a powerful car. There is so much power under the hood. It is so cool. But you can kind of, again, feel like that buck end. There's a lot of aggression to it. So it takes a little bit getting used to. But man, when you drive this car, it is just really, really well-rounded. It has so much to offer. It is such a nice car too, that you really can't hate on it. This thing is so good in so many ways. It is extremely capable. Gosh, in this mode, the transmission doesn't kick in the back or anything. It's just super smooth. So there's so many drive modes to make this car drive however you'd like. Just got to figure out how to do it. I mean, if you think about it, that's a million combinations. Not literally, but that's a lot of combinations of drive modes. So it's going to take a little bit. But again, overall driving in this, yeah, this is a very well-rounded car. It's super comfortable. The tech is easy to use once you kind of get used to it. So there's a learning curve, but it's just a really nice car. I don't have any real complaints with the driving characteristics. The only thing you're gonna notice, it is a very heavy car. You know, we used to think the Hellcats were heavy. This is a heavy car, so the twisty turns I don't think is gonna be a sweet spot for an M5. We'll do one last turn and flip the camera around, but you know, you can feel it. It's confident and nice, but even there, I almost started to feel the front end not being as direct as I would like. So just that aspect to this car is the only thing. It's a heavy thing out there. Steering feels great in all the modes. It does feel a little electronic in the slow speeds. You can tell it's not exactly mechanical. Cameras work great, but overall, this thing packs so much.